Welcome, Sagittarius, to your love reading for the weekend of the 14th and 15th of December 2019. Something very interesting. Yeah, you are the ninth house of spirituality, higher philosophy, travel, and understanding things spiritually in a deeper way. And the religious factors card came out, and it says your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path, and you have a wedding. The situation involves marriage. For many of you, it could be your ethics, how you deal with somebody, the connection in love, whether you should stay, whether or not you should. I was speaking to this with a niece of mine about the different racial aspect of marriage and bringing people together in that way, or different religions, and how that may keep people away from one another or apart or at loggerheads and constantly at each other's throat or neck because they don't agree on certain things. You don't always have to. You don't have to, because that can always uplift somebody or bring out a different aspect of somebody. When we do have these conversations, it doesn't always have to be a debate or a battle. But I feel here for some of you, there could be a pending, I won't say a complete divorce, but some of you could be thinking about these things. Are we meant to be? Should we keep this thing going? Some of you dealing with that ex who you constantly think about, and maybe you had plans of marriage, or working things out and dating for the long term, but something happens where if you're not happy with that connection, I feel like that person is not going to be communicating to you because they're not really happy either with themselves or just being with you right now. So it's almost being in a relationship or marriage and not really seeing how things are brighter days ahead right away. So because of their emotional intensity and holding things back from you, you could be stressed out about them. Some of you may even had some issues where this person is constantly borrowing things from you, or taking your car and not being able to put gas in it or pay for the insurance, or things like that. And you're having to heal from those issues and allow the person to take in what you might be expressing to them. You're letting them know that you can't be doing these things, and hopefully these things might change, but until then you have to disconnect. And I feel like this is also, if both people, say for instance, if there's a marriage as well, and some of you are dealing with someone who's already married or spoken for, but they are going through a divorce and waiting for that to happen, they may be dealing with these things. But it also is an indication of not traveling, because it could be like a long distance from both of you. And if they're not able to travel to come forward right now, and it's almost like severing that tie until they face up with the past and find that closure. It's almost like having to find a new job, a new life, a new persona, a new them, before they can give themselves to you in a way of partnering up. Nobody's gonna completely and truly be someone else. I mean, like, mesh up as a relationship romantic partner. So I feel like there are some things where if you don't like the place that you're in, it tells you don't continue to give effort to that relationship or connection if you tried and tried to try it again. That's a thing for a lot of people this week as well. It's like you're coming out on top and trying to do your best to be honest with yourself and the other person, that you can't continue to move in this way. And sometimes it's almost like, to me, you rather stay somewhere than go through the divorce or go through having to communicate that to the other person, because you just don't feel like that conversation, you don't feel like what's going to follow, you don't feel like following up, with the court proceedings and other things like that. So sometimes there may be those issues, or even staying in a certain job that you don't really like because it's just too much of having to make these changes. Even moving and making those big changes, you want to move all that stuff out. Certain people stay in certain situations because they don't feel like doing what they need to do, putting in the work to get out of that situation. But sometimes it is required. But I feel like for a lot of you, that is doing your best. Some of you could be in a relationship with another female. I'm saying sex relationships, it doesn't have to be, but the fire sign is showing up here, but it could be male or female, gender specific, not this reading. So two women, actually, a water sign, male or female, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, and then Aries, Leo, Sagittarius showing up. So that water sign might not be communicating, and this fire sign person, which could be, I feel like that's a lot of your energy for some. This is like letting go of something that you're not happy with and focusing on something that you would like to change. And even though it's going to be a lot of work to make these changes, you're doing your best to make that commitment, and maybe just hold back right now from putting out too much effort because you don't want to burn yourself out, and letting things build up to address them. All right. So again, the tower, it seems like there is some kind of disconnect with you and somebody else that may come out of the blue. 1111 as I'm talking right now. Out of the blue, or there's something that just maybe builds up to you getting over something. Allow resentment to subside a bit, and then seeing what you might want to do with somebody. So I feel forgiveness is prominent right now. Okay, so hope the messages did help out. Much love to you, much light, tons of feeling vibes. I wish you the very best, and if your birthday is in the next couple of days, I wish you a happy birthday. And if you would like a private reading as well, you can always go to the description of the video and you can email me to see what options might be there. So have a good one. Much love.